There's a huge shift happening in retail right now, but it's not where you'd think. It's not on the store shelves or in some big, flashy ad campaign. Nope. This is a revolution that's happening quietly, behind the scenes. So let's pull back that curtain, shall we? Yup, exactly. We're all focused on the flashy stuff, right? The website, the storefront. But the real change, the deep transformation, is happening where nobody's looking. We're talking the back office, the warehouses, the supply chains. It's a totally silent revolution. But believe me, its impact is going to be huge. So just how widespread is this quiet change? Well, you're probably going to be surprised. This isn't some far-off futuristic idea. Get this, 2/3 of retailers are already piloting or putting this stuff into practice. We're talking about agentic AI, and it's happening right now. Okay, so what is this silent revolution, really? At its core, it's all about these things called AI agents. The best way to think about them is like having dedicated digital teammates that get woven into your daily operations. Let's dig into what they're actually supposed to do. What's the big promise here? And the expectations? They are through the roof. I mean, a staggering 71% of retailers are expecting this tech to make their operations way more efficient. And not in 5 years, but within the next year. That's a wild level of optimism, right? It just goes to show you how high the stakes are. Now, let's get one thing straight. This isn't about sci-fi robots taking over your store. Not at all. It's about AI handling the nitty-gritty, the essential, sometimes boring stuff that's the absolute backbone of a business. Imagine an AI teammate that automatically keeps tabs on stock, or predicts a huge rush on a certain product, or flags a slowdown in your supply chain before it becomes a disaster. It could even suggest you need more staff for a big holiday weekend. It's all about making the whole operation smarter. Okay, but here's where the plot thickens. With 71% of retailers banking on a big boost, you'd think we'd be seeing amazing results everywhere, right? Well, the reality on the ground, it tells a slightly different story. And this slide really lays it all out. This is the central challenge. You've got this massive promise on one side, but the reality, only 12% of retailers are actually seeing a substantial impact so far. That is a huge, huge gap. And it makes you wonder, right? Why? What's causing this major disconnect between the potential and the real-world results? Well, it turns out there are some really common and frankly very human roadblocks getting in the way. The good news is these aren't impossible problems to solve, but they definitely explain why so many businesses are getting stuck in that pilot phase instead of really getting the most out of AI. All right, roadblock number one, and this is the big one, your data is shaky. Look, an AI is only as smart as the info you give it. It's that simple. If your inventory numbers are all over the place or your sales data is just a total mess, well, your shiny new AI agent is basically trying to work with one hand tied behind its back. And I love this quote because it just hits the nail on the head. Even the best AI agent can't fix messy spreadsheets from 2018. I mean, it's perfect, right? You can have the fanciest AI on the planet, but it's not a magician. It can't go back in time and fix years of messy data. It really is a classic case of garbage in, garbage out. Okay, next up, the human element, the team skill gap. You can't just plug in an AI and expect miracles. Your people, they need to know what to do with it. How do you manage it? How do you make sense of its suggestions? How do you keep it running smoothly? If your team doesn't have those skills, even the best tool in the world is just going to sit there and collect dust. Then there's the tech itself. A lot of businesses are running on older, clunky systems that just don't talk to each other. The analogy here is perfect. It's like trying to plug a brand new smartphone into an old school rotary phone. It's just not going to work. These legacy systems just weren't built for modern AI, and that creates some serious technical headaches. And the last big roadblock, you just can't see the results. Look, if you can't prove that your AI project is actually making a difference, saving money, boosting sales, whatever, it's going to be really hard to convince anyone to invest more in it. This is why so many projects get stuck. They can't show clear wins, so the momentum just dies, and they stay in pilot mode forever. Okay, so yeah, those are some pretty big challenges. But here's the good news. There is absolutely a clear path forward, and you don't need a gazillion dollars or a whole team of PhDs to get started. Let's walk through some really practical first steps you can take. Really, it boils down to a simple 4-step playbook. First off, just start small. Don't try to boil the ocean. Pick one single, measurable thing to automate. Get a quick win. Second, and I can't stress this enough, clean your data. Seriously, making sure your data is reliable is the most important thing you can do. Third, always focus on the customer. How can this AI make their experience better? It's not just about cutting costs. And last but not least, plan for the long haul. Pick tech that's flexible and can grow with you down the road. So, what's the big takeaway here? It's this. This is not a trend you can just sit back and watch. This quiet shift is happening now, and the gap between the folks who get on board early and everyone else, well, it's only going to get wider. And look, let's be super clear about something. This has never been about replacing people. It's about reinforcing them. It's about giving your team an incredibly powerful digital teammate that takes care of all the grunt work, that frees up your people to focus on the stuff that really matters, the stuff that humans are great at. AI is here to make the backbone of your business stronger. Period. So as we wrap this up, the real question isn't if AI is going to reshape retail. Come on, that ship has sailed. It's already happening all around us. The only real question left is, how quickly are you going to act?